After pen and ink were placed to parchment and the Declaration of Independence was declared, we were carrying on the campaign of Valley Forge. There were many a sacrifice, but this one story that I would want to relay to you is about a young man. His name was Private Stephen Daniels. He was maybe 17, maybe 18. He came from a good family. He lived near Mount Vernon. He was strong and made of good metal. But he was young, oh so young, as were many in the Continental Army. His story takes place during the Valley Forge campaign, and a snowstorm was raging. It was raging outside of my tent, and young Daniels was my sentry. And a sentry's duty was a must, for the British and the Hessian allies were camped nearby. I went out one evening to see about the young lad, and as I approached him, he was standing there shivering. His musket, I could hear it rattle in the darkness. His clothes, they were threadbare, and he had no shoes. He had but rags upon his feet, and the snow around his feet was crimson. His feet had cracked open from the cold, and they were bleeding. I invited him to come inside, or at least come and warm by my fire, but he saluted and he said, "Sir, 'tis my duty to stay at my post. I shall see you at morning's light." I asked once again, and he refused once again. I bid him farewell, bid him good evening, and I went inside and went to sleep. When I woke the next morning, I went outside to see about the young lad, and when I called out his name, he did not answer. When I touched him on his shoulder, he did not move. He had frozen to death while still standing at his post. I went back inside of my tent, and I knelt, and I prayed, and I asked my God to forgive me. For I knew the blood of this man was upon my hands. For I was defeated general. The British, they had to be beat. And I prayed just for that one victory. And not only did God allow me that one victory, He allowed us to become one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberties and justice for all.